What is going on, guys? My name is Sena and welcome back to another video. Climbing the ranks and improving at Valorant is not easy, and most players struggle with issues that they themselves aren't even aware of. When I first started playing Valorant, I was really bad and I struggled to improve no matter how hard I tried while I was stuck in the lower ranks. Now that I'm a much more experienced player and was able to recognize those mistakes I was making, in this video I'm going to be giving you guys 10 reasons why you're bad at Valorant and then how to fix it so you can finally start to see the improvement and rank up. Right before we jump into the video though, guys, I want to take a moment to introduce you and thank Valorant Tracker for sponsoring this video. Valorant Tracker is the most popular app for viewing and tracking your stats and improvement. You can look at all sorts of stats like KD ratios, win rates, agent win rates, map win rates, and so much more. One of the coolest features Valorant Tracker offers is the live match tab, where you can actually see the stats and ranks of every player in your game. That I also mentioned that Valorant Tracker is 100% free to download and use, and you don't have to pay a single penny to get access to all of these awesome tools. Click my link in the description or pinned comment to download Valorant Tracker today. Huge thank you to Valorant Tracker for sponsoring this video, and with all of that being said, guys, let's jump right into the video. The first reason why you're bad at Valorant is because you panic easily in fights. How many gunfights have you lost because you immediately resorted to crouch spraying and got instantly headshotted because of it? Now, in theory, this makes sense. Spraying means that you're shooting more bullets, which means that you have a higher chance of killing the enemy, right? Because of the one-shot headshot and unpredictable random spray pattern in Valorant, it makes crouch spraying a very inconsistent strategy for taking fights. It'll work sometimes, but sometimes is not good enough. If you want to actually start winning most of your aim duels, you need to be much more mindful of your movement and crosshair placement. There's a Valorant creator named Focus who mentioned a drill from the CSGO Pro Nothing that perfectly iterates this point. For this drill, queue up into a deathmatch and then wait 1 or 2 seconds before shooting in every fight. Play around with the enemies a bit and give it a second and pay attention to their movement and how they're fighting you. You'll realize that you actually have a lot more time than you think you do in a gunfight, and this will help you be much more calmer and take your duels much more effectively. The second reason why you're bad at Valorant is because you are way too passive. Having an impact in every single one of your games is key, especially if you're solo queuing, and I see a lot of players that are way too passive pay the price for it. Now, I'm not saying you have to start pushing everything and taking a gunfight at the start of every round, but if you're just sitting backside every round and aren't making any proactive decisions, this will make it a lot harder for you to win your games and improve. And I'm speaking from experience here, because I used to have a very passive playstyle, and I realized that this playstyle wasn't going to get me very far. There are going to be times where you're going to have a timing, and pushing the enemy to catch them off guard will be the best play. And there are going to be times where you're going to have to push with your teammates to fight with them. If you're never confident enough to switch to an aggressive playstyle when the time calls for it, you're going to have a really hard time improving and winning games. The third reason why you're bad at Valorant is because you have a very low-end PC. I want to make it very clear that you do not need a top-of-the-line NASA PC to improve at Valorant. But if you're struggling to get 60 FPS, you're playing on 60 Hz, and overall have a really low-end PC, that can definitely bottleneck your improvement a lot. Having a higher refresh rate monitor and the FPS to support it will objectively grant you an advantage in game. Now, I don't want you to think that the only reason why you're not improving is because of your PC, because that's definitely not the case. But if you do have a really low-end computer, I would recommend upgrading it because it can make improvement a lot easier and more fluid. The fourth reason why you're bad at Valorant is because you aren't using good settings. Similarly to the last point, I want to make it clear that changing your settings won't instantly make you a better player, but I think it's important that every player player messes around with their settings and find what's best for them. For example, I see so many players that are using way too high of a sensitivity that they can't control, which makes them lose a lot of gunfights. I have a video on finding your perfect sensitivity, so I would recommend checking that out if that's something that you personally struggle with. Another thing is your crosshair, because the default crosshair that Valorant gives you is really bad, and I have no idea why this is the default one. Same thing with your map settings, because by default, you can't see your entire mini-map, which is really bad for cross-map awareness, and I'd recommend every player changes this. I have multiple settings guides on my channel, and I'd recommend that you optimize your settings because it can definitely help you improve. The fifth reason why you're bad at Valorant is because you only care about your rank, not your improvement. Your rank is a byproduct of your skill at the game, so if you want to increase your rank, the only way to do that is to increase your skill. I've seen so many players that obsess over their rank and that's all they care about, and it seems like they don't even care about improving at the game. Instead of worrying about how many games you need to win to rank up, you should worry about improving aspects of your gameplay, like your aim, your movement, your game sense, learning new agents, your map knowledge, and all of these skills that will naturally help you rank up. The better you get at the game, the easier it will become to win games in your rank, and the easier you will rank up. So the only way to rank up is to worry about improvement. Your rank really doesn't matter. Again, I'm speaking from experience here because this is something that I used to struggle with a lot. The sixth reason why you're bad at Valorant is because you constantly shift the blame off of yourself. Constantly blaming your teammates, thinking the enemies are getting lucky every time you die, constantly blaming smurfing, and thinking that your MMR is sabotaging you are all ways that players deflect blame off of themselves. I understand that those things can be frustrating, but if you actually want to improve, you need to be able to hold yourself accountable. Riot isn't intentionally sabotaging you specifically and putting bad players in your games or messing with your MMR. It's just the same for everyone. The difference is that the people that actually hold themselves accountable are able to see the flaws in their gameplay and the mistakes that they're making and can actually improve off of it and have a learning mindset. The seventh reason why you're bad at Valorant is because you overheat too often. Overheating is when you get a kill or two and now you're in a man advantage situation and you're pushing into an unfavorable fight just because of the confidence that you got off those kills. I'm guilty of doing this a lot, but in order to secure rounds, you need to be disciplined. Understanding that you're now in a man advantage and playing with your team and trading them out is usually going to be the best play, is what will help you secure way more rounds and stop you from throwing those easy rounds. The eighth reason why you're bad at Valorant is because you don't isolate 1v1s. Ideally, when you're peeking, you should only be peeking one person at a time, because if you're fighting multiple enemies, you're gonna get instantly traded out at best or just instantly die at worst. Obviously, there is exceptions to this, like Jett or Reyna that can quickly get out after getting a kill, but for 99% of the agents, you wanna make sure that you are properly isolating your 1v1s. This comes down to your movement, because if you're constantly wide swinging, you're not going to be able to isolate 1v1s at all. Making sure that you're pre-aiming each angle and checking each angle individually one at a time will guarantee you that you are isolating your 1v1s. I see a lot of low rank players fail to do this, so make sure that you are checking each angle one at a time and that you are isolating 1v1s properly. The ninth reason why you're bad at Valorant is because you only give comms in text chat. Now, I understand that not everybody has a microphone and not everybody wants to use voice chat, but it can seriously hold you back if you aren't giving good comms to your team. A lot of players are too focused and don't look at the text chat during the round, and if you give comms in your games, especially in low elo, you'll have a huge advantage over the enemy team. Understanding how to give good comms and even IGLing as well can help you improve your game sense and improve at the game, so I think that it's a good thing all around. I understand that there's a lot of toxic players and people that just don't listen, but if someone's being toxic in your game, the best that you can do is just mute them and move on. And finally, the 10th reason why you're bad at Valorant is because you are not patient. Everything takes time. Improving, ranking up, no matter what it is, it's going to take a long time, so you have to be patient. A lot of people want a magic trick and instant results, but that's never gonna happen, and you just have to put in the time and put in the effort while having that patience. Consistency and patience is the key to anything in life, life, so once you have that, you can accomplish anything. Make sure to take breaks frequently and have fun along the way, because at the end of the day, that's the whole point. And I think that pretty much covers everything I wanted to talk to you guys about in this video. In this video, I gave you guys 10 reasons why you're bad at Valorant and ways to fix it and why these are problems that are holding you back. I hope you guys enjoyed the video or found it helpful, and if you did, don't forget to drop a like down below and also subscribe to the channel if you have not already. If you have any questions, comments, or concerns, leave me them down in the comment section below so I can reply to you. I also have a Discord server. I'll have that link down in the description below. You guys should come join up. We have a super chill community. We'd love to have you. Thank you for all the support you guys have been showing on the channel recently. You guys are the best, and I cannot thank you all enough for that. Thank you so much for taking time out of your day or night to watch this video, and I will catch you in the next one. Peace out.
And I'm making money, that's not up to no discussion. When we slide, make that shit look like no rush.